Hello and welcome to Teeing Off with RevSportz. I am Gargi Raut, and joining me today for this conversation is Debashish Sen and Snehashish Mukherjee, and we'll have Bharat Ramraj here as well in just a moment. The race for the IPL playoff spot is tighter than ever. With just 8 more games to go in the league of the IPL 2024, only KKR have qualified for the playoffs, and three spots are still available. RCB's fifth win in a row against DC last night has propelled them to the fifth place on the points table, a position which seemed almost impossible 3 weeks ago. On the other hand, CSK's win against RR takes them closer to a playoff spot, but by no means are they certain for qualifying. If they lose to RCB and stay on 14 points, then four teams can still finish ahead of them on points, which is KKR, Rajasthan Royals, Sunrisers, and LSG. Snehashi, starting off with you, we're both RCB fans, and honestly, we had lost all hope of RCB making it to the playoffs this season. But as an RCB fan, how much does the prospect of this team qualifying excite you?
Yeah, it's fascinating to see them winning five on a row. Because I think no
Yeah.
one, no one ever believed that RCB can win 5 games in a row, but they have done it. And I think with this kind of momentum, they are much more favorites against CSK also, and they are playing at their home crowd, in front of their home crowd. So I think against CSK also RCB are favorites, but the main thing is that if RCB manage to win against CSK, then there must be 4 5 teams will be tied on 14 points, and then the net run rate will come. The best part of RCB is that net run rate. The net run rate is on positive side, and I think that is a good sign for RCB. But you have to give credit to RCB, especially the team selection. When things were not right, we all are mentioning that spinners are the main reason. RCB doesn't have good spinners to control runs, to take wickets in the middle overs. And now with Swapnil Singh bowling so good in the power play, taking wickets regularly, and then you have Karan Sharma containing runs and taking wickets in the middle overs. And you have to give credit to Fab Duplessis. Duplessis were very much criticized in the first half of the IPL this season for his captaincy, but now with the kind of changes he is doing and with the kind of players he is keeping in the playing 11, I think you have to give credit to him. And kudos to RCB. Good for the fans because I think they are the most loyal fan. I have seen them very closely while I was Mangalore. I think RCB fans deserve some trophy or some good moments from the team. I think kudos to team
Yes,
that they
definitely.
finally delivering in the last 5 matches and hopefully in the coming matches also.
Even one trophy will do, honestly. Devashish, KKR became the first team to qualify. You've been there to all KKR matches. You've captured all the emotions of the fans and the people. Tell us about what it's like. What's the excitement like in Kolkata, and what's the excitement like at Eden Gardens when you've been there? Now that KKR is doing so well.
Yeah, it has been a roller coaster ride for KKR this season. Means obviously, and given that they still have two more matches, obviously they are playing against Gujarat Titans tonight, but they can end up getting 22 points, which I think very few teams in the history of IPL has gone on to reach 22 points if they end up winning the last two matches. So that will ensure if they win against Gujarat Titans, that will ensure that they will definitely be at the top two. Means obviously, and that is an added advantage given that then you have to play one game less. And given the way the team has performed, everyone has contributed, and that has been the secret of KKR's success this season. Be it Ramandeep Singh, who has been phenomenal. Obviously, he was, and or for that matter, Nitish Rana, who missed out a few matches after injury, and then to come back and the way he played in the last game. Shreyas Iyer, yes, he is not getting runs, but then the way he led the side. Overall, KKR definitely will fancy their chances in Gujarat Titans tonight.
Absolutely. And Bharat, I'd like to ask you, if you had to predict four teams to make it to the playoffs, of course, we already have one KKR. Who do you think they will be? Because now the race is very tight.
Yeah, yeah. I guess I had already written it on Twitter somewhere in March only. I had predicted that the tweet is
In
there.
March
SRH.
only.
Yeah, SRH. I had written KKR, RR, and CSK. But
Oh.
now I wonder whether RCB will get in there because of the kind of momentum they have. Because I always believe in league, league phase, in a long league phase, momentum definitely matters, and RCB have that momentum. But perhaps I'm still as I've written it, I'm still backing those four teams. I just want to add one thing, I guess, with RCB, you also have to give credit to Andy Flower. I think he has an enviable record. If you look at his CV, wherever he goes, his team wins a trophy. The worst that has happened is with LSG. They went into playoffs. Otherwise, Trent Rockets they won, Gulf Giants they won, Multan Sultans they won. England they won Ashes home and away under him. Historic Ashes series away from home. T20 World Cup they won under him. India Test series they won. So I guess somewhere you have to give credit to Andy Flower as well for the way they've charted a turnaround, and also I guess Rajat Patidar's form alongside Swapnil Singh. I think that has also played a part because he's scoring these brisk 50s whenever they're in trouble. But I'm still backing those four teams because I have written it in March. But now I'm starting to doubt whether my prediction will go wrong because the kind of momentum RCB have. When you have that kind of momentum, then you feel anything is possible. So RCB, who
And
knows,
you
might
do
even want
support
to win a
RCB,
trophy.
right?
Sorry?
You do support RCB, right?
Oh, and IPL, I don't have any favorite team.
But you live in Bangalore. That should be the default. Uh, when we look back on the CSK versus RR match, Snehashish, what were the standout performances for you in the match? That was one cracker of a match, wasn't it?
Yes,
CSK RR.
I think CSK's bowling was top notch because you CSK doesn't have their top bowlers right at their services, but
Mhm.
still Simarjit and other bowlers have managed to keep RR because we all know the batting lineup RR have. I think the pitch played a role. The pitch was not that highway track, you can say it was like a slowish track, but the spinners and Simarjit, the way they have bowled, you have to give them credit. And then the batters, I think Ruturaj Gaikwad played a sensible knock. He doesn't go for the fancy shots. He doesn't go for the strike rate. Nothing. He just there and just played his normal shots and be till the end and finish the match for his team because he knew that 2 points are more important here than the net run rate. I think the 2 points were very important to CSK than net run rate in that match. So I think that's a very good approach from and sensible approach from the skipper. But yeah, a very good win for CSK because because if they lost yesterday, I think things would have gone very much critical for them. Then the RCB match is both must-win game for both of them. Now the RCB
Yeah.
CSK match is a must-win game for RCB. CSK still a very much have little bit pressure in that match. So I think a very good win for them. But you have to give credit to bowlers the way they have bowled against other batters.
Yep.
I just wanted to
And
add a point
yeah.
this one point. You talked about bowling. I think by default they found one good bowler in Simarjit Singh.
Yes.
Yesterday too, he was hitting the deck hard and troubling these RR batters. Deepak Chahar had these fitness issues again. I think by default they found a couple of good bowlers. Obviously, Tushar Deshpande has been there, but alongside him, the Simarjit Singh and this way Shivam Dubey played yesterday, 18 of 10 balls it might be, but those 18 runs really helped CSK when it seemed like the run rate was going to be around, required run rate was going to be around 8. He scored those 18 of 10. I think that also helped.
Yes. And Devashish, I was going to ask you, is it a bit concerning that Shivam Dubey is still not bowling? And also, I know we say this, but is it fair to expect that in franchise cricket he will get to bowl to prepare for the World Cup? Because it's tricky with franchise cricket, isn't it? They want what's best for them and not necessarily the players.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you because it's obviously the franchise will always decide what it suits themselves the best, and that is why Shivam Dubey is not being used as a bowler. But then obviously when it goes to the Indian team, definitely Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma will look at options. Obviously, if we can get in just couple of overs at least, if not couple of overs, at least 1 over or 2 overs here and there, that will add the flexibility to the side. It's obviously given that Hardik has been bowling regularly now, so it will be interesting. But I would just like to add Rajasthan Royals suddenly losing 3 consecutive matches and with Josh Butler missing out in the all-important playoffs because they are also almost certain to beat in the playoffs. But with Josh Butler missing, then I think means it's looking very concerning for Rajasthan Royals suddenly, because they looked as the side to beat when in the initial stages, but suddenly this last three matches they have lost, and with Butler also missing in the playoff, things might go not the way they have thought of. So that is a bit of a concern for Rajasthan Royals, Gargi.
And Bharat, I was asking you, RCB versus DC was totally one-sided, low-scoring match. We saw some incredible performances from Rajat Patidar, like you mentioned, is in great form. Akshar Patel, Will Jacks, Cameron Green, and a few more. Whose performance do you think had the most impact when it comes to last night's game?
I guess Rajat Patidar himself, because the way he came out to bat with when Kohli was out some 36 for two, and the way he took on the opposition bowlers, I don't think it was that easy a track yesterday, because it rained at around 4 to 5 p.m. It rained here very heavily. I think little bit of moisture would have seeped under. So the way he took on the bowlers, I think that was a kind of turning point. Yeah, Swapnil again played his part by taking a wicket up front. I think we have to also consider that, because even if it is one wicket, fine. Up front is always taking a wicket or two. I think that's also key contribution, and somehow that McGurk's run out, that also definitely played a part. If there was one player, unfortunate run out or whatever, but if there was one player who could have really done it for DC, then it was McGurk. So while getting a little bit of hand onto that ball, I think also was a crucial factor in that game.
And now we have something special for our viewers, so we'll build up to it. Gujarat Titans may not make it to the playoffs, but Sai Sudarshan's century is something we will all remember from this season. Debashish, what are your thoughts on Sai Sudarshan as a player and him coming up the ranks? You're on mute. You're on mute.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, obviously he is someone who has scored more than 500 runs. Means it's phenomenal, and given the way he has played this season, right? In not only this season, in fact, in the last couple of seasons also he has done well. And obviously he might feel a little bit unfortunate that he has missed that squad for the T20 World Cup. Obviously, he could have easily been in that standbys alongside Shubman Gill and Khalil Ahmed and Rinku Singh, but then that's what it is. But then he has really performed. But a bit of luck means a bit of more contributions from other players in that Gujarat Titans lineup could have done wonders. But then he has been the standout performer for Gujarat Titans this season, along with Shubman Gill. Uh, and also the manner in which he scored those runs he has been very impressive. Means obviously his strike rate, yes, it might not be that great. Means obviously um, circling around 140s. So, but then overall, it has been a great season for Sai Sudarshan. 100, so perfect. You're
Sorry. Snehashish, I was asking you your thoughts on Sai Sudarshan.
Yes, very impressive. I think the way he started this season, it was not so good, but the way he has improved his strike rate, especially in the last few innings, I think that is very impressive. And he played a very crucial role in the last season also. And I was very impressed with the knock that he played in the final against CSK. I think you are a very young boy and playing in our IPL final. We all know how pressure situation it is, and you scored uh, in such a manner against a informed CSK team in front of your home crowd. I think that was a brilliant knock, and I think that changed his life. I will say, because then he played for India and the under 23, and he got if I am not, he got picked up as a reserve player for the Asia Cup also. I think for India. So he's a very good batter, and I think in the long term he will be one of the players to be watch out for. And he can be your, I think I don't know about so much about his test batting, but I think with the kind of style and with the kind of technique he has, I think he can be a three format player. So let's see how it goes. But for now, in this IPL, he has been good, and hopefully he can end this tournament on high.
I keep doing this today. Uh, that wraps up our show. We'll leave you with a very special and exclusive interview with Sai Sudarshan. Take a look and stay tuned to RevSportz.
Last day when Shubman Gill and Sai Sudarshan took field, brilliant knock. That 100 was superb to watch. Every kind of shot, that lazy elegance that you see in left-handers, everything was on display. But I'll talk about it. Before that, Sai, something special happened. We are recording this on Mother's Day, and I'm told that your mother and father had given you a surprise. Tell me about that.
I think, yes, they gave me a great surprise, to be honest. They actually had a plan to come and watch this game. But I don't know, my mom had some work yesterday, so she said she's not going to come for the game. But I don't know whether it's true or not. I think they did that because to just surprise me, but it was a great surprise. And I thought after the first innings, oh God, why my mom and dad didn't come for this game? It could have been nice if they would have come, but eventually they were there and they watched the game.
साई, आपने उस दिन जब शतक मारा, या भाविशा ने मेरे से कहा कि आपका पिता माता वहां पे थे और आपको पता भी नहीं था, तो थोड़ा सा बताएंगे।
मेरा बहुत खुशी था। मेरा पापा और मम्मा इधर मैच देखने के लिए आया, सो एंड आई आल्सो स्कोर्ड 100, सो बहुत हैप्पी फीलिंग था।
आपको पता था कि वो आएंगे?
नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं। प्रॉपर सरप्राइज हो गया।